Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today it's a quick little hair tutorial. I haven't done one of these in quite some time, and since I've been loving the way that my hair's been turning out using this method and using these products, I thought I'd sit down and share with you guys how to get nice, soft, voluminous, big hair. So if you want to see how my hair goes from this to this, then keep watching. All right, first things first, we've got to dampen our hair. Now my hair is completely clean. I showered last night and I just let it air dry, which is what I typically do. Sometimes I will do this straight out of the shower, but for the most part, I do it like the morning after and it works just fine. We just need to add a bit of moisture back into the hair because the tool that I'm going to be working with is this Revlon. You guys have seen it here on my channel before. I think I reviewed this one and it was quite a while back. I still use it. A lot of people don't really love this tool and I can understand why. It has only two, maybe I guess you can count three different heat settings. It has a high heat setting, low, and cool. Now the high is quite hot and the airflow is quite high. The low, it seems like it's the same level of heat as the high. It's just not blowing as much air. And the cool is the same amount of air as you would get on the high setting, but it's not as hot as the high setting. Now, if I'm running behind, like if I don't have enough time to do my hair, let's say I only have like 10-15 minutes, which is usually what this takes me, then I'll go in with the high setting for a few seconds and then switch it over to the low setting. And then it just helps my hair dry a lot faster than it would with just the cool setting. However, you can use just the cool setting since it's nice warm air. It just might take a little bit longer to dry. Now, the only two products that I use on my hair for this is the Sol de Janeiro Milky Leave-In Conditioner. This is going to help hydrate, help detangle, and it also works as a heat protectant, a heat and UV protectant, and the Color Wow Raise the Root, like a root booster. So you apply this onto the roots before you go in with your tool, with your drying tool, and it really helps to add that lift. I only use this on the like top portion of the head, and I use the leave-in conditioner from about here all the way down to the bottom. So I don't apply it close to the scalp because it is a conditioner. I don't want it to weigh my hair down because it's going to do the opposite of give us lift. It's going to give us a lot of weight and we're not going to really see any lift. But before going in with those two products, I must dampen the hair once again. And this is just an average spray bottle and water. All right, now that our hair is nice and damp, that is when I will add the leave-in conditioner. And this stuff, it smells so good. And since my hair is pretty short, I usually just finger comb it, but you could also use a wide tooth comb to get any tangles out. Now I'm gonna section a part of the back and I'm gonna put the rest in a clip. That way I know that I'm getting every single section and it goes a lot faster. This whole process is super easy. The first half is gonna go exactly as you're gonna see it here with this first section, which is just taking the hot tool, the Revlon hot tool, and then just running it like this, just like running it and running it and running it and twisting and twisting and twisting. This is gonna allow for the hair to smooth out and straighten, and it's going to create that shine that we're all after. And I take pretty big sections since this is quite a wide tool. It is going to hold quite a bit of hair in it. So the process goes a lot faster. You can just take big chunks of hair and you'll be done in no time. So I'm just gonna dry this. First, I'm gonna put it on high heat for about 30 seconds and then cool it down, cool heat for the rest of the time until it dries. And that's how I'm gonna do every section up until the apex, I believe. This is called the highest point of your head. All right, so we're finally on to the top half of the head. One thing that I will mention is that with either this tool or like a round brush, anything that you're blowing your hair out with, you want to make sure that you're angling it away from the scalp, away from the root. You never want to just dry going down like this, because as you're drying going down like this, you're not going to get that lift, you're not going to get that volume that you're looking for at the root. Instead of drying like this, you want to make sure that you're drying like this. And that way your hair is getting that lift straight at the root. Another thing that I will mention is that I've noticed my hair come out a lot smoother when I go in different directions. So not only will I go like this, but I will also dry like this, and I'll bring it kind of back and forth in order to brush through it as it's drying, as it's cooling, and it really helps with the longevity of the shine. So for the top half, I work with 3 different sections, of course, one on each side and one down the middle. I'm gonna go ahead and do the left side first. The part does not have to be perfect. In fact, we don't want the part to be perfect because that way, once it dries, it blends in a lot better. Because I've noticed that when I do like a perfect part, you can kind of see that part after my hair is all combined and in one piece. You can still see the part where I did like 2 sections and then the one down the middle. So I actually recommend you not doing a very perfect part. So around the face, I start off toward the face first, and then I go away from the face. That way I can get all these little tiny baby hairs and they don't look like this in the end. You see how these are just kind of all over the place? If you just blow dry going back, you're really not getting those baby hairs nice and smooth. So I always start off going toward the face first and then away from the face so that we also get that nice lift and volume and shine. The remaining piece I break into 2 halves. One is going back the way that I did the back of the head, and then this I'm going to treat exactly as I treated this. So going forward first and then back. This is where I will go in with the Raise the Root product. So I apply it just here at the roots, and that is what's going to help the lift as we're blow drying going up. All right, now this piece, I am going to collect it and I'm going to pin it in place. This is going to allow the piece to cool off going up instead of down, and that is going to lock in the lift. So anytime I use Raise the Root on the hair and I dry off that specific section, I'm going to let it cool the way that it is so that that way it maintains that lift at the root. So again, we're doing this front section with Raise the Root and drying it off. You can also use Velcro rollers, but I know some people don't like it because they do get tangled. If you use like a large section of hair, they can get tangled and then they just end up completely ripping out your hair as you're trying to take them off. So that's why I always opt for the clips. All right, and we're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. All right, we're finally on our last section. It's gonna go the exact same way that these have gone. So I'm gonna spray the roots. The only thing that instead of going straight up, I'm going to take the section forward and then go back and forward and go back. That is what's going to give us the most lift once we're done. Now, once I'm done with all the drying, I will leave it like this for at least at least a good 5 minutes, if not like 10. The longer the better, because then you allow your entire head of hair to cool off. And the cooling off is what's pretty much going to lock your hair into place, at least when it comes to the lifting. So I'm gonna speed through that and I'll be right back to show you what it looks like. All right, I'm back. It's been about a good 10 minutes. I was touching up my makeup underneath the eyes. I'm testing out a new primer and I don't think I like it. Anyway, let us get to the sections, and all we're gonna do is just take out our little clips. That's it. I just have to find them all. And the last two. And you're just gonna, I mean, Dolly Parton, who? Look at that. Who is she? Where is she going? I do not know, but I'm going somewhere with this hair, okay? Anyway, this is how I've been doing my hair, and now you know why I freaking love it. I love running my fingers through it. I love all of the volume that I get. I love how manageable it still is. Because this is a leave-in conditioner, it makes my hair super, super soft because it's hydrating and it's just detangles. Everything feels really nice and soft. I mean, like I can literally just run my fingers through my hair without the lift going anywhere. Now, granted, I have a lot of hair, but it is fine. So because it is fine, I don't always get the lift that I want. Usually it just kind of sits flat on my head, but doing this, it completely transforms my hair. So give it a try. Let me know what you guys think. Personally, I feel that this is a must, as well as keeping the hair in a specific position while it cools off. Those two things are going to completely transform your hair. It's going to transform the way that it sits. It's going to transform the way that you feel, okay? Just like me right now. This will usually last me the entire day. Like it really will not deflate. Now, if I do see that it's deflating a little bit, usually I don't mind, but on days where I really just want that lift, you can also use the volumizing powder. I really like this one from Unite. Although when you use a volumizing powder of any sort, it does tend to feel like quite a bit of product because what it does, it's just creating a lot of texture so that way the hair looks very nice and full. So with the texture comes the feeling of a lot of texture, and usually I'll only use it if I know I'm going to shower that night. Otherwise, I usually just wear it like this, and yeah, like I get a good amount of lift and it'll last pretty much all day. So that completes today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's video tutorial and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos. And also don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, where I absolutely love to interact with you guys. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye.